When it comes to doing your landscape final piece, you can prepare your paper into thirds and quickly work out your composition. So I have a plan. Now I can use this to work out how I'm going to create this picture. I'm going to draw it in coloured pencil, and these are watercolour pencils. And I'd rather not use this type of pencil because when I put the watercolour on, I don't want to have too much pencil. Now I've finished colouring in with all the coloured pencils, I'm ready to put some plain water onto the pencil to turn it into watercolour. Adding water to your watercolour pencils is a way of just making it a bit more interesting, because the water does what it's going to do and it takes the pigment in its own direction. It therefore gives you less control as an artist. The water kind of takes over and you get these interesting patterns and lights and darks. It can make your picture look a bit more vibrant. Once it's dry, you could go in again with some pencil and add bits and make things a bit darker if you want to. Just remember when you are painting that you use a nice tipped paintbrush. It makes a big difference if there is a tip on the end of your paintbrush. Then you can use your brush in a directional manner, so in the same way that you would with using a pencil, using directional lines, you can use the paintbrush so you're creating texture like fur, or you're creating the texture. I'm flicking to create the grass, creating the sky. I'm trying to create a soft horizontal gesture, the same with the sea. You have to be super careful when areas are wet that they don't run into each other. So I was kind of waiting for one area to dry and then go on and do a separate section before doing the ones next to the sky so they don't run into the sky. And if they do run into the sky, you can pad them out with some kitchen towel. With your final landscape piece, you can use perspective if you wanted to. You could do a cityscape. It doesn't have to be in nature. But what would be really good is to have something in your foreground, a focal point, and then a middle ground, and then your far distance, and possibly putting in the horizon so you get that sense of depth going into your picture. Have fun!